Good morning, everyone. This is Elaine from Anabellas. Welcome back to FlossTube number 98. I'm very happy that you're joining me on this very rainy and chilly Friday morning here in our neck of the woods. I hope you got in some stitching or paper crafting or quilting time last week. Today, I'm just going to bring you up to date on some of the things that we have going on here in the shop, show you some new arrivals that have come in, give you an update on a couple whips I'm working on, and that's it. You know, it's going to be a short video today. Okay, so if you just found my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope that you'll look up and go ahead and subscribe, ring that notification bell. That will just let you know when I've uploaded a new video or I have some fun news to share. And if you're returning, thanks for coming back every week, spending a little bit of time with me. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that you too will go ahead and subscribe to my channel. We are trying to hit the next milestone, and that would be really, really nice if you could do that for me. So thank you. Let's see, what do I have to share with you? Let me give you quick a philosophy update for those of you that are new. My philosophy here at Anabellas is that it's perfectly okay to be perfectly imperfect. And what I mean by that is if you are doing any type of crafting, whatever that might be, it's okay if you make a mistake. Please don't take your item that you're working on and stick it in a drawer or get rid of it. Go ahead and finish it off. It's okay if you have a mistake. No one's going to, there's no police out there checking your work. So go ahead and finish it off. Take some pride in your work and just know that none of us are perfect. And it is perfectly okay if you have a perfectly imperfect finished project. So I hope you'll also subscribe to that philosophy. And if you do, use that hashtag whenever you are out and about on social media so that we can take a quick peek and tell you, look, this is beautiful. So we would love that. Let's see what else. Life update. I've got two small life updates for you. 2 out of my 3 grandchildren. Baby Kobe, who turned a year old in November, has started to walk. So here's a picture of him and my daughter walking, you know, in the park behind their house, I believe. But he is sturdy as can be. You know, most babies look like little drunken sailors when they learn to walk, but Kobe mastered it on his first try. He's doing really well. And I cannot wait to see them when I go down to Florida for the All Things winter retreat with Primrose Cottage. I'll get to see you know, Kobe, and I'll get to see Andrew's kids, and I hope I'll get to see Elijah. But I'm looking forward to that. And then Andrew and Jamie took their Christmas picture, and I just thought I would sneak it in right here because you haven't seen them in a while. So they're doing great. Colton is, you know, just my little nugget. He is just the cutest little compact little boy. I just want to squeeze him to death. And Hopi is just adorable. She's 5, she'll be 6. And Andrew told me that they made a decision that this year they are going to give her an American Girl doll. And Grandma needs to be prepared for that. And I almost fell off my chair because I don't know if any of you have girls, but back in the day when my girls were little, particularly my oldest daughter, Michelle, American Girl dolls were the whole thing. And I remember going to New York with the girls and going to the American Girl store in New York City. And I think I was set back, you know, a lifetime of income. It was just not, it was not an inexpensive trip. So anyway, little Hope is going to get an American Girl doll for Christmas, and Grandma will be sure to buy some accessories, I think, for her. So I haven't even started my Christmas shopping. Have you all started your Christmas shopping? I should make that the question of the week. I think I have a different question, but if I get to the end of this video and change the question back to this, you'll understand why. Haven't started, you know, between, you know, retreats and the new shop opening and moving and, you know, running a business. It's hard to find the time to sit down and do it because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a shopper. I like to stitch from my couch. I mean, to shop from my couch. So maybe I'll, you know, do that this weekend. I guess I need to hurry up, right? Okay, so those are my life updates. Not much more. I didn't do any cooking or baking this week. We went out quite a bit. Checked out a new restaurant. It's called Amici's. It's in Waynesville here. And if you're ever in the area, it's a really good restaurant. And I'm not a heavy drinker at all by any means. And I've only had maybe 2 martinis in my entire life. But yesterday, I went with Terry after work because we didn't feel like cooking. And I had lamb chops, and he had, what did he have? I don't know. He had some type of pasta. No, he had pizza. I'm sorry. He had pizza, 3-meat pizza, which I can't stand all that grease, but he loved it. And I decided to try a martini because she was making some type of chocolate thing behind the bar, and it's a toasted almond martini. Oh my goodness, it was delicious. It has Kahlua in it, and she put toasted almonds on top, and she put the rim into some type of chocolate, like salt, I want to say. And what else did she put in there? Vodka, obviously. But it was, and whipped cream on top. So I was like, oh, this shouldn't even be considered an alcoholic beverage. It was really good. So that we did that. And then this Sunday, we're actually supposed to take a horse and carriage ride around Lake Junaluska, our lake here. However, we just looked at the weather and it's 70% chance of rain, and it's not a covered carriage. It's a sleigh, basically. So I'll be very disappointed if we can't do that. So send up some prayers that the weatherman is wrong and we're not going to get rain on Sunday, because I really want to do that. Okay, let's talk about a couple things. Our grand opening and our Christmas open house is on Saturday, December 17th here in the shop in Waynesville, and the hours are 10 to 3 or 10 to 4, and we're going to have door prizes and freebies and some refreshments, and it's going to be a good time. I promised last week that I would put some hotel information up for those that want to drive in, and I didn't do that, so I apologize. I'll do that today or tomorrow, but you got time. There's some, you know, cute little hotels around here and some bed and breakfasts too. So I'll just put that up there later today or tomorrow. So we have that coming up. And then we have 2 retreats coming up. The next 2, we have lots of other retreats coming up, but the next 2 retreats are Primrose Cottage Stitches. That's the first weekend in January. We only have 2 openings left. So if you want to join us in West Palm Beach or Palm Beach, Florida, with all of the ladies from Primrose Cottage Stitches, now's the time, because like I said, there's only 2 openings available. And you can do that at crossstitchretreats.com. And then our All Things Spring Retreat with Teresa Kogut in her home state of Michigan will be held in April. And you can find all the information about that retreat as well at crossstitchretreats.com. That is All Things Spring with Teresa Kogut. And we would love to have you join us. It's going to be a fabulous weekend. Okay, let me show you some whips real quick. I only have a few. I have been working on Evergreen by the Prairie Schooler. I think I've shown this to you a couple times. And this is the guy I've been working on. I started in the center of the pattern. So this was my first guy, and I actually finished him off the other day. I'm stitching this on 14 count natural brown by Witchell. And I really like the way he came out. He really is sweet. So he's done, and now I can move on to the next one. And you know, once you do that middle one, you can pick and choose where you're going. And I just love this bear. So I think I'm going to do him next, and I will update you. I might do well, I have my choices, right? I have the bear or the snowman. Both of those are my favorites. So it'll be one or the other. But I'm going to start that probably tonight. I have a couple of things I'm working on, but I might start that tonight. And then I still have to go back to my cardinal kin. I was going through all my basket today. I have a little basket I keep by my chair. And oh my gosh, there's so many Christmas whips in here. Oh, but we have Christmas cross stitch week coming up. It's the 3rd weekend of the month, the 3rd week of the month. So I'll probably have more time later this month. Then I have 2 starts. Both are not available to the public yet. This one is our logo for the All Things Winter Retreat with Primrose Cottage. This is Anabella's chart that I'm doing for the folks that will be attending. So this is just the beginning of it. This is our little flamingo because, of course, winter in South Florida, and South Florida is all about fun tropical things, including these beautiful flamingos that we have in our state. So that's coming along nicely. And I'm stitching this, and the next one that I'm showing you on 28 count Lugana, Brittany white. And I really enjoy stitching on it. You know, back in the day, there was a time where I said I would never stitch on anything but Ada, but I've taught myself through a lot of tears and trial and error so that I can now stitch on 28 count and 32 count, 36 count and 40. I don't think that's going to happen, but who knows? I didn't think I was going to ever stop stitching on Ada either. Then the next one that I'm working on will be available to all of you, but it's going to probably be not until January. This is just a sneak peek. So you can tell this is going to be some of our Valentine releases. This is going to be one of our simple smalls that'll be coming. And I'm stitching that, like I said, on the same fabric. And the colors that I'm using for this palette are these three right here. So it's going to be really pretty. I'm excited about our Valentine's releases that'll be coming. I'm not even through Christmas yet. But see, when you're designing things, you're always thinking ahead, you know, 3 to 6 months. So that's what we have to do. And I love doing that. I don't know that my daughter loves doing that as much as I do, because she's got to chart everything once I design it. So that's always fun. She does all the charting for me. I mean, I do some charting, but let me just tell you, it's not my favorite thing to do. Not at all. So, I mean, if I have to do it, I'll do it, but I'd rather just let her do it. Okay, let me see, what else do I have for you? Oh, I have to pause for a minute. Let me pause. I'm gonna not stop running the camera. Let me go run over here and get my new design I was gonna show you. Oh, here we go. I haven't quite mastered what happens when you pause the camera, because then, you know, I pause it and I don't know how to make it slide nicely in from slide to slide, from frame to frame. So I just snuck out. McDonald's coffee. Ugh, it's all right. Not my favorite. Okay, this is a new release that we just finished. I finished it off earlier this week. It was up and is up on social media. It is called Warm Winter Wishes. And I just gave you some sneak peeks throughout the month as I was stitching this. It took me, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks from start to finish to stitch the entire chart. This is stitched on 28 or 32 count white. And I just love it. It came out beautiful. And what I want to tell you about this is that I decided when I finished it to do something different. We have a Michael's here, and I go there quite a lot. We do have a Hobby Lobby here, but in the shopping center where Michael's is a Walmart. And I decided that I was going to go to Walmart first and see if I could actually finish something at Walmart prices. And everything that you see here was items that I purchased at Walmart and used to finish this off. This board is available. Actually, we're going to have it here in the shop. I don't think we're going to make it available on Etsy or on the website. But I bought this board at Walmart. And then I had 2 sticky boards. The first board I covered in this gold wrapping paper. That's all this is. It's fancy wrapping paper that I used to cover this with just a little bit of hot glue to hold that down. I didn't do glue through on the entire board. I just did it in the corners just to hold it. And then I put a bit of batting fabric under this. You can see that it's a little bit bumpy. I don't know why that happened to me this time, but there's a little bit of see, I'm perfectly imperfect. There's a little bit of batting fabric under here. I just cut it to fit the square, and then I laid my ironed finished piece on top of that. Then I took some ribbon and I wrapped, I bought this bow. This bow came just like this. I wrapped some pretty ribbon around it here, and then I added the gold ribbon and the navy blue ribbon to pull out some of the navy blues in this piece. Then the gold ribbon that I bought actually had this little ribbon attached to it. So I just took it off, fluffed it up a little bit, glued it here, and then I bought a pack of these white covered pine cones. And these were in the Christmas ornament section where they have the Christmas mini ornaments. So these are for like miniature trees. So I think they were like $2 or $3 for a pack of 2, 4, 6. So I just stuck a couple there, and that's it. And this has something, a bit of twine right in the back to hang this. So there you go. That is Warm Winter Wishes. It is available exclusively in Anabella's Etsy shop and on our website in both PDF and in paper format. But I love the sleigh. I love the mittens. The ornaments were fun until I always tell you guys the truth. So let me tell you the truth about those. Okay, these stinking little ornaments. You see the thread right here? I had this framed and finished and realized that I hadn't put that on the piece. So I had to take my needle and somehow put it through here, kind of make a little underneath the piece, and then I had to come all the way up here and pull it out, but it came out good. It came out fine. But see, you never know if you're going to have a perfectly imperfect piece or not. But I love it. This is a really nice piece. This was so much fun to stitch. So there you go, warm winter wishes. Okay, let me see what else I have to show you. We've got some new arrivals now, so let me show you some new arrivals that have come in. First, I'm going to show you charts, and then I'll talk to you about floss and fabrics and stuff. Okay, back in the shop is this wonderful chart, Kind and Gentle Woodland Holiday Sampler by Artful Offerings. Now, I don't know if you saw on my FlossTube, I had actually started this chart last year. It was one of the projects I wanted to finish by this Christmas. And unfortunately, the piece of fabric that I bought for it was too small. So I have to completely restart this chart. And I brought the fabric to show you. Let me see if I can pull it out. Is it in here? No, I didn't bring the fabric. Okay, so the fabric that I'll show you. I'm going to start it this week, so I'll show you the fabric when I bring it. I believe it's a 28 count. It's some gray. I don't know what the proper name is of it, but let me just bring it next week and show you. But this is back in the shop, so if you guys want to stitch this as I'm stitching it, there you go. It's a beautiful, beautiful design. Just got to have the right size fabric. Then we got in, and I popped these in last week, so some of these may be repeats, but they're now here. So that is Sweet and Twisted by Silver Creek Samplings by Diane. And she stitched this on, what did she stitch this on? Cornflower, 18 count Ada by Fiber on a Whim. Scarlet House, Christmas Alphabet. Adorable, love that white house. This was stitched on 40 count Newcastle dark cobblestone linen. Very pretty. Then she also released C. Strudwick 1894. I love this alphabet. Then MTV Designs released this Christmas Atmosphere. Very pretty. The birdhouse and the cardinals. Madame Chantilly's 3 charts are here. The Bear and the Girl. Then we have Santa on a Vespa, which is hysterical. I told you that story. Then we have, what's this one called? Mice and Hot Cocoa. Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. Then the Scarlet House, again, is it Scarlet House? Yes, it is. Ho, ho, ho. And then these I didn't have to show you, but they're now here, I think, because, you know, who knows? They could already be sold out. But we'll keep getting more in. So if you go to Etsy or to the website and they're not there, just come back, you know, in a few hours. And I usually catch things pretty quick and then list them right away. This is Stitcher's Ornaments by Tiny Modernist. It is adorable. This sold out like the minute it came in. So I know I have more of these on order. And this is going into my stash as well. I can't wait to stitch this. I love this finish. And then last that came in this past week is the Jolly Christmas Bell Pull. He's so cute. Hysterical. And Tiny Modernist has a lot of bell pulls, so you should check them out if you like bell pulls. So there you go. That's the only new things we have this week. It was you know, not a big week for Christmas cross stitch. I'm still surprised at how few Christmas releases there were this year, but you have to remember my frame of reference as both a designer and a shop owner is very, very narrow. So, you know, who knows if this is the norm? I don't know. I've only been doing this a little over a year, 2 years. 2 years? Started with COVID, so however long that is, 19, 20, 21, 2 years. 2 years. So that's it. That's all I have. Let's see, what else? Oh, okay. So we got some fabric in. We have some new fabric coming in, and it'll be here, It's already on Etsy's, which means it's shipped. If I put something on Etsy for fabric, for quilting fabric, it's on the way. I don't list anything for pre-orders when it comes to fabric. Made that mistake when I first started selling quilting fabric and learned very, very quickly that that was a big error, because I would list something for pre-order and then the fabric designers, the manufacturers, delayed the shipments to the distributor. So it was a disaster. So whenever you see something now in our Etsy shop that's fabric related, for the most part, there may be an exception now and again, but you know, you'll know that the fabric is actually here and ready to ship to you. So here are just some photos of 2 new lines that we're bringing in by Moda. One is Happiness Blooms. I just love this fabric. It's beautiful. I love these colors, these soft greens and creams. It is just beautiful. I'll be stitching up something in both of these lines, these collections, so that you can see what it looks like once the fabric or the pre-cuts are pulled apart and made into something pretty. So we have Happiness Blooms, and then we also have Red and White Gathering. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous collection. I love red and white. It's one of my favorite colorways. So watch for that. And in both of these lines, we carry the pre-cuts as well as fabric by the yard in a limited selection. We don't carry every color. If you want to receive every color in the collection, then my recommendation is always to buy a fat quarter bundle. You get everything you need in a fat quarter bundle. It has every color or every pattern that was part of the collection, and you can always buy your backing fabric from us because we do sell fabric by the yard in the same collection, and you'll have a number of choices. So you have that as well. Then Riley Blake, we have 2 collections coming in this week. One is Christmas Village. Love it. A lot of folks are, you know, actually just now starting to do some Christmas stitching. So Christmas Village, check it out. It's beautiful. We have the pre-cuts in this, and then we also have fabric by the yard. And then Be My Valentine is just adorable too. This collection that I'm showing here, I'm showing you the placemats here, and you can check out the shop for the pre-cuts and the fabric by the yard. But these placemats are great. What a great idea. This is also a great Christmas gift. You could make some Valentine's placemats up very, very quickly in your sewing room and gift that to somebody for Christmas. So these are coming along as well. And then I'm not going to insert photos here, but I wanted to let you know because I told you guys I would be ordering a lot more cross-stitch fabric. We just got in a bunch of fabric. So check out the shop if you're looking for linen or Lugana in 28 count or 32 count. There's lots of options there. I stuck with the basics, a lot of whites and antique whites and creams and you know, browns and things of that sort. What the mochas, the things that are most popular. So check those out if you'd like. And that's it. That's all I have. Let's do some Happy Mail real quick. Happy Mail, if you're new, every week Anabella's puts together just a little something to send to you as a surprise. We do things a little bit differently here. But, you know, I love getting surprises in the mail, and I love being able to package something up and send out to all of you and hope that you're surprised and you like what I select. So last week's question, all you have to do in order to participate is you have to be a subscriber to my channel. You have to like the video. You have to comment on the question posed specifically, and you have to be over the age of 18 so I can ask for your mailing address, okay? So last week, which was FlossTube number 97, the question was, what type of club would you like? Would you like a Fancy Floss Club? Would you like a Fancy Fabric Club? Would you like a Bella Box? And the majority of folks have chosen a Bella Box. So we will be working on that and bringing that to you beginning in January. So stay tuned. We'll have more information coming so that you can join if you so desire. And this week's question is going to be, oh wait, let me tell you who the winners were. If I call your name, send an email to me at anabellasshop@gmail.com. Please be sure to include your mailing address. And if you have a name, if I call your name and you don't have a last name, be sure to give me your last name so I can mail your package correctly. Okay, winners, congratulations, is Christine R., Arlene Curie, Sherry Terry, Amy Berry, that kind of rhymes, Terry and Berry, Patty Greer, and Grace Nellis. So congratulations, ladies. Get me that information out to you, and I will get your Happy Mail right in the mail. We're all caught up, so you can expect yours to go out this Sunday or Monday if I hear from you soon. This week's question is, how far away is your closest LNS, which means local needlework shop? Not a Michael's, not a Hobby Lobby, but an actual needlework shop. How far away from where you live is your local? So let me know. I'm curious. Okay, so sitting stitching, didn't do it last week, slept right through it. Don't know what happened, just went home, popped, passed out, woke up, 10 o'clock, whoops, no sitting stitching. So let's do it again this Tuesday, ladies. I'd love for you to join me. And if you're not familiar, every Tuesday, well, not every Tuesday lately, and I'm a bad girl, but every Tuesday we try to get together from 7 to 9 on Zoom and sit and stitch and have a good time. And we would love to have you join us. So send me an email and I will add you to our list and you'll get a Zoom invitation on Sunday or Monday for Tuesday. And then CraftTube, same thing. I do it on Tuesday for Wednesday, and Tuesday, I don't know what happened to me. I just was not present at all on Tuesday. So we're going to shoot again for this coming week. Hopefully on Wednesday, we'll have CraftTube again. Thank you for being kind and gentle with me when I make these little errors. I appreciate it. So until then, I hope that you have a great week ahead, get in lots of stitching time until I see you here either Wednesday or at Sit and Stitching on Tuesday or back here on Friday. Until then, be happy, be well, and most of all, be kind. See you soon. Bye.